What's going on to you, Aries? You have the Six of Cups, the Six of Wands, and you have the Temperance. So, if you've been here long enough, you already know what this means. The Six of Cups is someone that you used to look at from a romantic standpoint. Here they coming back, reaching back out. And the Six of Wands and the Temperance is about you just want to basically leave them alone, ignore them, and keep moving. But they reach back out to you, and the Three of Cups and the Chariot. They're reaching back out to you while at the same time, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're reaching back out to you, hoping that the two of you will actually get back together, but it's not going to work on you, Aries, because you don't want to be with them. Been there, you've done that. They're boring now because, I mean, come on, like, how many times do you have to try to get to know somebody, right? And you're not getting anything, right? Before you're like, okay, it's time for me to go hang out with somebody else, right? It's the fact that people are dry in relationships. And what I mean when I say dry, I mean they're not reciprocating. They are trying to get to know you, but then miraculously, right, they forget, hey, I actually, somebody else exists in this relationship too. I got to give back to them as well. I just can't, you know what I'm saying? Just receive everything, just get everything. I have to give back to them, right? And you, Aries, finally starting to, if I'm being honest, well, I usually am, but if I'm being transparent, right? Because sometimes I can hold things back in readings, but because I just have so much to say, but I just try to wrap things up within a given time. But you, Aries, if I'm being transparent, you're finally able to understand things from a perspective of worth. And what I mean by that is you, Aries, are starting to understand, right? Like, why you, Aries, are finally starting to actually understand things from a perspective of, if you come into a person's life, you're going to be a blessing, but are they going to be a blessing for you? So now you're finally starting to legitimately ask. And the asking that part of that emptiness, that void that you're looking to get filled, right? Is something that needed to have been addressed, because it's like, what are you actually getting out of a relationship? What substance, right? Like food. What substance are you actually getting out of a relationship? Is it that, you just, what is a relationship supposed to consist of? Are you getting into relationships, you do everything, the person does nothing or close to nothing, and then when you're like, look, you got to step your game up, right? When you tell them that, they get mad. They start trying to give you ultimatums. They start talking about, well, no, we're not in a relationship. They cut and run. You don't hear from them anymore. And all of these antics. And like, you, Aries, are finally starting to be able to understand, this is what I've been saying for the longest time. When you get to a point of frustration and exhaustion, where you understand, right, because I want to get this right. When you get to a point of exhaustion and frustration, dating, you understand that is the beginning. We're just now at the beginning of you understanding your value. So, a lot of you Aries going to be like, what? Because, and I'll say that because now you're starting to understand, wait a minute, relationships is not a one-way street. See, you were caught in the delusion and the illusion, right? That that in a relationship, you do something, but the person is factually not doing anything, but them just kind of half-baked every now and again showing you a little something is it. And what they're showing you is trash. One word texting. They come over, they hang out with you, right? As far as they want to go take you out on a date, right? If that, right? It's low effort, low budget nonsense. And what I mean when I say low effort, I'm not talking about it from a delusional standpoint. I'm talking about it from a standpoint of they find it difficult to put in any kind of effort whatsoever. They don't want to go out on dates. The date doesn't even have to be fancy. They don't want to hang out. They don't want to put any skin in the game. They don't want to come out of pocket at all with anything. Whether the proverbial pocket, whether they're coming out of their proverbial pocket with cash, effort, consideration. They don't want to do anything. They are trying to be as useless as possible while you work yourself, while you work your hands to the bone, and they get so upset. And this is, and I have to take a moment, because this is when it is that you begin to understand your worth, because now you start asking for things. Look, I want a real relationship. You start looking for it. If a person doesn't consider you without you having to ask all the time, right? Because sometimes you'll have to ask, but you shouldn't have to ask all the time. It should be common sense. How you going to be in a relationship with somebody that you don't nurture, you don't nourish at all, and just be like, oh, well, figure it out yourself. I got what I want. That shy stuff, that shy crap. I'm shy. If you don't knock it off with that shyness, I'm leave you. Shy my butt. Kiss my butt on top of that. But you have the King of Pentacles, and the next two cards is the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. The hubris. Because even if you do get a chance to talk to these people, right? The exes that are coming back, right? And you ask them, what are they going to do for you, right? What are they going to start to do for you? Not just the one-off. What are they going to start doing for you? Why would you want to be in a relationship with them? Why would you want to give it a chance? How much you want to bet they don't have a definitive answer? Or the I was about to say something. Or the stuff that they say makes absolutely no sense. Why? Because they don't want this one. See, if words are so inconsequential, why is it that they don't want to promise anything? You see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to have, you catching them on a track record. Now it's about, okay, right? Like you catching them now, because now it's like, now they have to say what they finna do. So if they don't do this, it's like, yeah, you lied. See, too much evidence. They want things to be as obscure and unclear as possible. But you, Aries, asking them, all right, if you were to even have a conversation with them and ask them, okay, well, what are you going to start doing for me? And not just short term, but I mean like make this a regular, consistent thing. What are they going to do? They're not going to have an answer. They're going to try to find all kind of ways to slip around the answer. To slip around something that they can actually do, because it's too much accountability. They don't want you to actually hold them to anything. So they're going to make it sound as confusing as possible. They're going to play like stupid. They're going to play like they're stupid. They're going to act like they don't know what you're talking about. All this goofy stuff. And so the Nine of Wands, you have to be aware of this. Queen of Wands and the Empress represent, you have to make sure to not allow the person to get themselves caught up, to get you caught up with that stuff. Don't allow yourself to get entangled into the confusion of the gibberish, the babble that they sitting up there talking about. This is why not being super emotional or super logical is good. Because when you're super logical, you can't grasp different ideas. It keeps your mind closed. When you're super emotional, a person can tell you something, as long as it's fantastical, you'll fall for it. So you have to learn to have a good moderation and blend a good mix of the two. And the thing is that the devil is, the Empress and the devil represent, you're becoming smarter. You see what I'm saying? You're becoming smarter. And so because of the fact that you're becoming smarter, these people in particular, the exes, they're not going to understand how smart. They are going to be caught off guard with how smart you are, regardless of whether if you decide to contact them or you decide to write and ask them questions like this. You're not actually going to get back together with them, but you're testing the waters to actually see it for yourself, to see if they're actually going to do something or if they're just running game, right? You'll ask them, okay, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to start doing for me? And asking that question is good, not do for me, because they're going to look at it like a one-time thing. When you say, what are you going to start doing for me? It means that now you have to begin to become active. You have to actually do something, right? So why that's important is because, again, they expect you to be delusional, but you're not. See, you're actually a lot more manipulative than what they're giving you credit for. And being a little bit manipulative is a good thing, right? You just have to know when and where to use it. You should know when and where to use it based upon being able to bring clarity out of confusion, right? Know what you want and then bring that clarity out of the confusion that another person is coming to you with it, right? Instead of using it all the time, because that's what you asking them what they're going to start doing for you is. That's manipulation. But you're using those manipulative tactics to gauge or to measure or to see where this person is. Have they learned anything? Right? Because you've fallen into it from a perspective of, okay, let you go and you hang out with that person again. That's putting yourself out there. That's putting yourself out there to be used. You want to be able to probe them and understand what type of time they on, while at the same time not actually really trying to be in a relationship with them, because you don't trust them. So you have to know, just to show you this is a test. You're not testing this person, but this is you trying out what it is that I am talking about in real world life, to see that a lot of people will be lying straight to your face when they messed up a potentially good relationship, and they'll lie straight to your face and they'll try to make it seem like they learned their lesson to get you to come back. So your homework is for you, Aries, to see for yourself and then come back here and tell me if I'm telling y'all lies, if you haven't done it already, just how full of trash people truly are. Because particularly, because I want to get this right, because not everybody is trash, particularly when somebody's trying to pull that nonsense on you, I want you to see it for yourself, just how much they get themselves caught up, just how much you can catch them in a bear trap, right? And how it is that and metaphorically speaking, and they end up being on some stuff where it's like how it is that you can observe now as an Aries, right? You can then observe how they think that they're leading, they think that they're being manipulative. I hope YouTube don't hit me for this, but they think that they're being manipulative and they're leading you this way in a way where you don't understand, when they don't seem to understand that you're actually the one pulling the strings because you want to see if they'll go there. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the devil. And what I mean when I say go there, I mean they will exhibit or show you that they haven't really changed by trying to not directly answer the question. They have to directly answer the question. When you ask them, what are you going to start doing? If they don't say what it is, and if they say, come on, why you acting like that? Come on now. Let's clarify the Empress. Come on now. The Judgment, the Six of Cups, Strength, Knight of Cups, the Sun. Then you have the Sun card. They expect you to really be, they expect you to be as naive or to be inexperienced or stupid the way that you Aries were, or the way that they thought you were. But you Aries are learning from you're learning your lessons. And you're learning that not everybody is as sincere as they try to make it seem. You're learning that there's too much manipulation. People use manipulation like it's hotcakes. You know what I'm saying? They eat it like it's rice. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just nothing. It's just regular. And I want you Aries to see it for yourselves. And tell me if I'm lying. But I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back on Saturday. If y'all give me the most views, that is, whichever video gives me the most views out of the 12 batch that I just dropped between yesterday and today, I'll give the first video to. Listen, I have 14,485 subs. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.